I have a rainy morning here on Brigand Lake. Gonna have to do some breakfast from the hammock. Alright, so plan for the day is to bushwhack back to the Sioux-Hustler Trail and continue my clockwise progression around it. Try to get down to Hustler Lake and Shell Lake. Look for a nice campsite down there. I'm gonna get breakfast going. Hopefully the weather breaks a little bit and we'll get going here. The rain has subsided and there's quite a sky out there now. Still rumblings of thunder every once in a while, but that looks like, I don't know, it kind of looks like blue sky, but because you can see really high clouds on the horizon there. Maybe it's going to clear up. That sky right there definitely has a blue tint to it. Well, if it's blue sky, it'll be here soon because those clouds are really moving. Alright, I'm all packed up. Doing a final run through of the campsite. There's the kitchen area. Poured a bunch of water on the coals here. That sucker's out. And here's that hunk of fat wood from last night. This might be jack pine. I know jack pine's extremely resinous, sappy, and it has just a slightly different smell than red pine. But anyway, worked well for starting the fire yesterday in lieu of birch bark. Alright, I've got my gear over there where my tarp was. where my gravity filter was, hanging from there. Look down here really quick. You guys see anything I missed? Alright. Got my map and my compass. And we got to make our way back down to Pageant Lake area, which is kind of in that saddle right there. And then keep heading south down the, I think it's, maybe it's the Pageant Creek or whatever. But to get over there, we're going to bushwhack around here and make our way up on top of that ridge and then drop over into the saddle. That's the plan anyway. I can see a bunch of red pine up here, so it should be pretty open. So that's my initial landmark that I'm going to be heading for. Alright, this is a beautiful campsite. The only thing I would say is if you're a tenter, other than where I put my hammock and maybe one other spot up here, you might be able to sneak in a tent. This is not level, but it would work for a tent. If you're a hammocker or a group, there's definitely options, or there are definitely options. Back up in the woods here, over here it opens up even more, and definitely back here. Really nice campsite. I'm glad I came out here. Alright, we're gonna get on the move then. Check in with you on the trail. We made it up to those red pines. And this is the last we'll see of Brigand Lake for now. For this trip at least. Alright, so now we head down into that lower area there. I'm following this pretty good path through this Jack Pine Labrador tea swamp. It's wet, but it's firm underfoot. It's better than bushwhacking through the balsams when it's so dang wet. So. No sign of moose yet today. There was some sign yesterday at the beginning of my journey, but this is definitely some type of game trail. Whoa. Whew. Here's Pageant Lake already. It didn't take very long. The campsite we stayed at on the first night is right over on that shoreline. And as you can see, I'm following a trail straight out to the lake here. That was a much easier bushwhack than yesterday. They followed a ridgeline up here that ultimately took me further east than I wanted to, so I had to make a turn into the turn to the west to get back to Brigand. But up in there, it's high, and there's rocky areas you can definitely follow, but you're gonna get wet. I mean, there's low areas between the high areas, and your feet are gonna get wet. So if you're thinking about bushwhacking off of Pageant into Brigand, just say, heck, I'm gonna get wet anyway. So, and then make your way through that swampy area. This stuff is actually not hard to walk on. Looks like here's the main creek coming down from Brigand. Making our way over to that shoreline, and then we're going to follow this down to the Sioux-Hustler. Look at that, full of water. That's neat. Looks like a fish mouth. We're already back to the high grass area here, and we'll just take this trail right back the way we came yesterday. we're back on the Sioux-Hustler. Comes down from here in a clockwise direction and heads off that way over a beaver dam and then up into the woods. So if you're gonna do this Brigand Lake jump, come all the way down to the beaver dam crossing here and walk your way across or through the tall grass going that way. You're gonna get a little wet, but I don't know, for me it was worth the slog. I'd do it again. Alright, try to get down to Hustler Lake, Shell Lake, Agawato Lake. We'll see what happens. Coming up on the Rangeline Creek crossing now. Oh wow. Very cool. There's Pageant Lake. Here's the slough we came down right here. And now we're traveling this way. The trail told me to sit down, so I sat down. Actually, it knocked me down. Could not find that Rangeline Lake campsite. Where it shows is in a very boggy area and weedy. So I'll be honest, I wasn't too keen on slogging into the woods to try to find it, so I pushed on. So now we're headed kind of southeast towards Hustler Lake, and we'll check out campsite. There's a campsite on the north arm of Hustler that's accessible, and then a couple others on Hustler. I'm going to try to get down to the Agawato Lake campsite, just so it's a quicker jump out tomorrow morning. So that's the plan. Alright, just ran into a cairn pile here. So let's see what's happening this way. Thinking maybe, yep, the trail goes that way. Maybe this is the Rangeline Lake campsite. It's just marked incorrectly on the map I have. Let's run down here and check it out. There's also a moose down here. Big moose. I saw some fresh pooping back there too, so we will sneak up on a moose. Oh yeah, man, that's a cool lake. Cool sight. Now that's as closest to the lake I've ever seen a fire grate out here. So this is Rangeline Lake. Ooh, nice breeze. Yeah, I'm thinking there's another rocky point out there. I wonder if campsite used to be there. It's just not accessible. Nice campsite if you want to be right on the lake. Decent tent pad. Alright, I'm going to take the pack off and see what time it is. If it's lunchtime, I'm going to stop and have lunch.